Hi, today I'll explain partitions and file systems of Linux. So we will see the basic partitioning. The original partitioning scheme for PC hard disk allowed only 4 partitions. To overcome this design, extended partitions were invented. And these tricks allow partitioning a primary partitioning into sub partitions. The sub partitions are logical partitions, and there is no speed difference between a primary and extended partitions. By using an extended, we can now have up to 15 partitions per disk. Now if we see the MBR in the partition table, we can see MBR and 3 primary partitions and extended. So the MBR is the first sector, is the master boot record of the disk. It contains 2 important utilities. One is initial program loader and another one is partition table information. Initial program loader is responsible for booting the operating system because it contains the bootloader. And next, primary partition. Primary partition is a partition which usually holds the operating system. Only one amongst the 3 primary partitions be active, which will be booted by MBR to load up operating system. For example, we can say /boot. And extended partition. Extended partition is a special type of primary partition which can be subdivided into multiple logic partitions and logical partitions. Logical partitions are partitions which are created under extended partitions. All in the extended partition can be used to create any number of logical partitions. For example, to identify disks like IDE or virtual disk or SI, we can simply identify using if a /devhda, then that is the IDE drive. If /devsda, then it is SCSI drive. And if it is a virtual drive, then we can see /VDA. And if we come to, there are two mount types are there. One is temporary mounting and another one is permanent mounting. So if we go to etc m tab, it is a file which stores the information of all the current mounted file system, and it is a dynamic and it keeps changing. For example, if any temporary mountings are there, then those mountings information will be stored in /etc m tab. And if we come to etc fs tab, it is the file which it keeps information about the permanent mount point. If you want to make your mount point permanent so that it will be mounted even after reboot. And if we go to partitioning, so now we will see how we can create a new partition. First, add some disk space to Linux operating system. Then use the command fdisk-l to check the list of partitions and then create a partition. For example, if you have added a disk, SCSI disk, then it will show like SDA or /devsdb. So if it is SDB, then you can simply use fdisk space /dev/sdb, and then it prompts some options. You can select N for create and W for write changes and exit. And step 4, whatever the partition we have created, it should be formatted with the specific file system like ext4 or ext3 or mkfs. So now a partition that format that partition using mkfs.ext4 and /dev/stb1 or stb2, whatever it is, and then make a permanent mount. For example, here I have chosen OPT Zimbra. I have created a OPT Zimbra directory and I have added entry like this. Edit the FS tab to write permanent mounting. Add the line like a /dev/stb1 and the directory which we have created and file ext4 and defaults 00, and then mount -a to mount all the partitions, and to verify use df-h. Now we will come to logical volume management. So the bottom one is a physical disk or a physical partition, and that physical partition we make it as a physical volume, and we can make two or three or whatever the number of physical volumes, we can make it as a volume group. And then in that volume group we will create a logical partitions, and each logical partition we will assign to like a /var home or user or whatever the partition we required, we can assign to we can mount to that partition. So first here we can see physical volume and volume group and logical volume, and logical volume is nothing but a logical partition once we mount it. So now we will see how to create a logical volume. Once we add the disk and we create a partition using fdisk, and then we create a physical volume, and then we add that physical volume to volume group, or we create a new volume group, and then we create a new partition. And here lb create -n, we give simply name of the partition, and hyphen capital L 10G, it means the partition will create with 10 GB space, and the volume group name, in which volume we are creating logical partition. And if we use 100% free, then whatever the amount of free space is there, that amount will use to create a partition. And then once the partition is created, we can format using ext4 or ext3, and then create a directory and edit fs tab entry for permanent mounting. If we want to resize the existing partition, so step 4, we follow the first 3 steps same as previous we discussed. So here step 4, extend volume group if no space. And step 5, extend logical volume. So for example, if we want additional 20 GB to the logical volume, then we can use LV extend hyphen capital L plus 10G and the volume name and volume partition name. Then additional 20 GB will add to the extended logical volume, and then resize the file system to update partition size. These are the few commands related to logical volume management. And first 3 PVS and VGS and LVS to display the short information, and PV display and VG display, LV display to display the detailed information of logical volumes or groups and physical volumes. And to create a volume group, we can use VG create to create LV logical volume, we use LV create. To extend volume group, we use a VG extend. To extend logical volume, we use LV extend. And LV resize is to resize a logical volume, and LV reduce is to reduce logical volume. And PV move, it moves or migrates data from one physical volume to another. And PV remove deletes the physical volume, and VG remove deletes a volume group, and LV remove it deletes a logical volume. And here one important thing, if we are using LV reduce, then we should be very careful with this. So we should have stop all the processes which are using that specific partition, and we have to move the data to another partition, or we have to, or simply we can take a backup and we can resize. But make sure you have stopped all the processes which are running, which processes are using that specific partition. And a few important commands for this partitions and logical volumes. We can use a DF. It reports the file system disk space usage, and a DU, it estimates file space usage. And free to see a memory size. And mkswap to format partition with the swap file system to use a swap. And swap on to activate a swap, and swap off is to deactivate swap. So if we come to DF, if you want to see the uh, file disk spaces or partition space in human readable format like megabytes or gigabytes, we can use a df-h. And if we want to see the inodes usage, we can use df-i. Here I have mentioned df-i just because there is a scenario like, for example, if multiple processes are using a specific partition, and that partition is busy with these processes, then we can see inodes utilization. Sometimes we can see like a disk space is full, but when we check the partitions space, a disk space, we can see like it was like it's full around 50% or 30%, but still we get error like a disk full. In that case, we have to check inode values, and which processes is using this specific partition, we have to check that. And another command, free. Here when we hit the free command, it will show the memory usage just for one time. If we want to repeat this for like with some time sequence, we can use yes. It waits for n number of seconds, and again it will run the command and see how many number of times it has to be print. So we can use free-h to display human readable format, and -s to wait for a number of seconds, and -c for how many times this process should be repeat, so that we can analyze the process like a memory usage uh, whenever it's required. And you can try mkswap and swap on and swap off commands by yourself. And here are the few tasks I can give you. You can try these tasks in your lab. Create a primary task one, create a primary partition and make it permanent mount to OPT task one, and create partition and create a logical volume like OPT task 2, and task 3 is extend existing logical volume. And here are the some a few questions. I have prepared these questions just because in Linux administration, if we attend the interviews, we may commonly get these questions like ext2 versus 3, ext4, 4, and importance of LVM, and how to reduce LV size, and what are the steps we have to take in care, and how to merge volume groups, and how to extend volume group or logical volume, and importance of swap, and what is the difference between HDA and SDA and VDA. And here are the some reference link where I have collected all the information to prepare this slide. Thank you.